Welcome in, guys, to Road to Blake Street. We're back. We took a week off, little hiatus, and I'm here with Isaac. Isaac, how you doing?
Dude, it is good to be back, right? I'm doing great. How are you, Lewis?
Pretty good. I'm in the city that never sleeps, the Cedar Rapids of the Northeast, as some people call it. So, yeah, it's a little late for me, but it's gonna be a fun one. Ethan Holliday makes his debut. We talked about it already before the pod. Pipeline had their rankings come out, the post draft and post trade deadline. I'm liking what we have so far. We'll get into it. We have a lot of new guys in the top 30, and even some guys move up and down that were already there. So, where should we start today, Isaac?
Uh, I think we got to go with the transactions. We missed a couple weeks worth. There's a lot to touch on. I don't think
Our
there's.
last pod were we Burnabout not on the MLB roster?
I
It
I don't
was
know.
because you know what? I don't think he was because we missed we didn't talk about the 17-16 ball game that saw Dugan Darnell make his debut.
No, we
The
didn't.
greatest game
We
I've ever
did.
watched in my lifetime.
Oh, did we? We've not even talked about Dugan Darnell getting called up either.
We've
Gosh,
missed so much.
We did. I made the outline for the podcast today, so I just missed two of some of the biggest things.
So look, yeah, Dugan Darnell gets the call up. This is late news at this point. He's pitched
Yeah,
multiple innings, but a great game for the Rockies. No one could pitch, and then Dugan came in and shut it down for 2 innings, and we got the dub 17-16. The good old your classic 17-16 baseball game. And then Bernabel hit a couple doubles. I think he was a triple away from the cycle, right? Or a
it was
double away.
something of one of his games he was a triple away or like a single away. It was something really bizarre.
Do you think this is? It's definitely not sustainable. Obviously, he's like 1,000 OPS. Where do you think at the end of the year he'll just like be? Where do you think it'll level at?
I think there's still a decent amount of games left. I think a 250 batting average is gonna be in the future, but like I don't see why he won't be on the MLB roster the entire time. Like Toglia is really struggling, so first base is still a hole, and the Rockies are continuing calling guys up, so they're choosing guys that are not named Kyle Farmer, etc., to be making these decisions for me. Not for me, for the
Yeah, we're
Rockies.
definitely starting to see the post trade deadline. We saw last year that Elias Diaz got released, and we called Drew Romo up for that portion. I almost wonder if we could see Drew Romo here at the end. I know Nola was cut.
He was designated for
EFA.
assignment. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, we're starting to see these veterans kind of their time has dwindled with us. We played 120 games so far this year, and did we win tonight? I think we won tonight, right? So we're
Yeah,
no
we did.
longer on pace to be the worst team ever.
Kyle Freeland went. I think it was
Shoved,
like
yeah,
7 1/3 scoreless
yeah,
innings. It was
only
it was
five
good to
hits.
see vintage 2018 Kyle Freeland again.
Yeah, it
You
feels
weren't
like we
even.
really turned a corner. You don't beat us 9 times in a row, right? Like is that the third time this year? Or maybe the fourth time. We've lost 8 games straight, and then the ninth game we come out.
That's right.
And,
Do you think this was our first shutout of the season? That we shut out a team?
no, I think it happened. It happened a couple weeks ago. Because like a week ago it happened, and it was like our first shutout in almost. It was over a year.
Oh yeah, I saw. Didn't Noah make a tweet about
Yeah, it
that?
was like since May of last year or something.
All right.
You have some comments. The Colorado kid. It's saying you typed this at 2:30 a.m. I don't know what time zone you could possibly be in. Maybe you're in the ocean or something. I do think it'll settle a little, like Isaac said, a lot lower than what it is right now. He's killing it so far, and we'll see it. They did against the Cards twice. Look at that. So where was Nolan at? Right? No, that's awesome. Shout out. What up, Sean? What up, Brian? Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I know it's a late one. And we're kind of getting through these transactions that we've kind of missed. Kyle Karros, right? This is a guy that we talked about last year with Spokane the whole year. Got the Gold Glove in third base. Called up the Hartford. Hits the walk-off first game of the season. He's continued that trend, being a very good hitter in the Eastern League. Gets called up to AAA. Doesn't spend much time there. we all kind of knew it with the McMahon trade. That third base spot was open. Karros this week's good. He gets the call up to the MLB. His first hit was an RBI. I think he got a double yesterday. So far, we've seen a lot from him. I'm excited for Karros. He wears number 12, though. That's my number. So in MLB The Show, I can no longer wear that number. So now I do have a little bit of a gripe. Sean Bouchard wore it last time, but what are your thoughts on Karros?
Yeah, for a lot of people, and I think at Blake Street Banter too, they had this stanza that Karros' struggles from a year or two ago, like not being able to hit the high fastball and chasing at curveballs, they were thinking that's the player he was in 2025 still. But each year, he's cut down his strikeout percentage. He's walking more than ever, and his numbers only improved as he progressed through the system. And I don't think a lot of us were really thinking that Karros would get the call this early. I think we were thinking a 2026 debut, but I've been impressed, and just in his couple of games, he's taking good at bats. He's making solid contact. I think if anybody's been watching the Yard Goats or Isotopes games, this is what Cal Karros has been doing all year long. So, is it a pleasant surprise? I don't even know if it's a surprise if you're keeping up, but it's definitely pleasant, though, right, Lewis?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. His career, especially in the box, is going to be dependent on if he can hit those secondary pitches. We know he can do it against the fastballs. Can he hit the sliders and curveballs? Coors will help him a little bit with that. Like you said, defensively, I think the Colorado kid here said, defensively, that's Carrigg, my bad, but Karros is the same way at third. And taller guy, bigger guy. I don't know if he's going to grade out, as good as McMahon did there. And the bat probably won't be as good as McMahon off the rip, but I think long term we could see a player that is like a 3-win player every year.
Yeah, 100%. And again, like winning a minor league Gold Glove, the last Rockies player to do that is Brenton Doyle, and Brenton Doyle is a top 5 defensive outfielder in baseball. So that's an intriguing point, Lewis, whether he'll get to that point where McMahon is at. Maybe.
Well, McMahon, it was always just like it was always Nolan, right? Nolan won it like every year for 7 years straight.
Yeah.
McMahon, I don't think he has one yet, right?
No, but
Brian Hayes is in the way.
He grades out as like a top 3 defensive third baseman
every year. He never gets
every
number
season.
1.
But then Brian Hayes or whoever it is, Nolan Arenado at the hot corner, they're just stealing it from our guy Ryan McMahon, who's at the Yankees now.
Maybe I'll go see him this week.
Bingo.
No. We're going to Yard Goats game. That's real baseball. Speaking of AAA, Isotopes, Blake Krim was signed a minor league contract. I kind of view this as like a good AAA option, probably not an MLB option. Would you agree?
No.
Okay.
He was on a 40-man roster just a couple of weeks ago. He was DFA'd.
Yeah,
the Rockies claimed him. He played in MLB games this year. He hits the ball hard. He makes good decisions. The crowded Texas system never gave Blaine Krim, that's a tongue twister, a chance. And we saw guys like Sam Hilliard and Sean Bouchard get a lot of at-bats the last couple seasons for the Rockies. And I don't think it's absurd to say that Blaine Krim might be better than both of those. I don't think I don't think he's going to strike out as much as the other two. And I think his power input is on par with them as well. So I think he could be a pretty eminent MLB player. If we see a Warming Bernabel struggle, that can be Blaine Krim's spot at first. And he's already on the 40-man, so checks out.
I think that name has a lot of like meme potential, pun potential. It's getting Krim out here.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Lewis is the meme guy at BS.
Yankee hat, no Krim?
That was bad. That wasn't. Okay.
All right. We did get some pitchers to minor league contracts. Xavier and Curry from the Marlins and Kyle Brandvich? I know you like Brandvich as a high strikeout guy, right?
Yeah, I think wrote an article about the Rockies trade deadline for Prospect Savant. It's pretty much Baseball Savant, but for minor league baseball. It's definitely worth a follow on Twitter and check out the website if you want to read the article I wrote or just check out all the fun information they have. But if you go to his Prospect Savant page, Kyle Bronvich, throws 6 different pitches and they all grade out as above average. And then on top of that, he has 3 different pitches with his double knuckle curve, which is the only pitch in baseball where instead of 1 knuckle, it's 2 knuckles. It's really weird. It's funky. Outlier pitch. You're not going to see that thrown by anybody else. But guys are struggling to hit it. And on top of that, his slider and changeup haven't been getting hit at all this year as well. He doesn't throw as hard as a big leaguer you'd expect to, and he's pretty reliant on the high vertical break. So that's going to go down in Colorado. But the fact that he has 6 above average options to go to makes him a big league starter. And there is strikeout potential, not to mention he gets 7 feet of extension. Like, there's everything you can like about pitcher Kyle Bronvich has. And I think it might be the sneakiest midseason signing the Rockies have made in the last couple of years.
Yeah, we look at like Senzatella. We were thrown out every 5 days. I think Brandich's better than him. I don't think that's even much of a debate. Freeland, great night tonight, so I don't want to stain it a little bit. But he's been pretty underwhelming this year. The whole rotation is basically what I'm getting at, to the point where it's like I don't mind trying out these guys that probably what's worst case scenario. This was basically free signing, right? This is just a roster spot, basically.
Yeah.
So I love it. It's what I want the Rockies to do more. Like, stop being so loyal to players that aren't working out, even though we're paying them a lot. Like, Senzatella has been, his ERA, he is shockingly close to the worst ERA of all time. Like, he's only like half an ERA off of it. And that was in like the 1920s. So it's rough out here. I love this move. Xavier Curry, I think it's more of a bullpen arm, which we see that a lot in AAA, right? No?
He's starting.
No,
but I'm pretty. You proved me wrong, Lewis. But he has a low 90s fastball. His velocity has gone down every season. But his best pitch is this big loopy curveball. It's really slow, but it just drops down out of nowhere. And it's gotten a lot of strikeouts at the big league level. He had a really solid, I think, 2023 season. But again, that was carried by his velocity that he's lost since then. But again, this signing is not going to hurt, especially with a big league team that is really struggling with starting pitching.
I think he's working out of the pen this year. Oh, there goes my internet.
Is he? Okay. I was wrong. Don't listen to me. Okay. And then we can segue this into some AAA moves, right? Carson Skipper, left-handed pitcher, somebody that Tyler, who's on the data. Yeah, Tyler loves this guy. Really funky, super high arm slot. I wish I looked more at him before this so I can confidently say what he throws, but he has a good fastball that plays through to his deceptive delivery. It's either a slider or a curveball that's really good, that really gets guys out. But he had a 2.82 ERA and 44 and 2/3 innings pitched in Hartford this year. Really solid guy, and I think he's had 5 appearances with Albuquerque so far, and he's done well too in the hardest league to pitch in baseball. So I think he could be somebody that could be a call-up candidate. I don't know if that's crazy for me to say, but if Tyler thinks so, then I will say so.
It's him and Wellington are the two that I think could get caught at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I remember last year he was in Spokane and he was overshadowed by Agnos, but he was just as good as Agnos.
Yeah.
And then he gets to call up to Hartford and does the same thing, but he just hasn't really been it's a relieving prospect to begin with, which they already don't get a lot of shine. And then he wasn't the relieving prospect with Jaden Hill, Wellington Herrera, who's one of the best relieving prospects in all of baseball. But Carson Skipper's kind of been this diamond in the rough, kind of in front of everybody this whole time. He's been killing it every level, like you said, AAA. I'm sure we see guys struggle in the PCL. Albuquerque's so tough to pitch at. I want him in the MLB as soon as possible. I think his stuff will play. He's a lefty, so you get that advantage. This is like we can have like a bullpen with him, Dugan, Herrera, Hill at the end of the year. Like that would be so good to just have those guys. So we know what we're looking at the beginning of next year, the spring training in March. So we know this is what the bullpen could look like coming into 2026.
Yeah, super
That sounds weird.
weirdly good bullpen the Rockies are shaping up for themselves in the future, which I'm all for. I'm putting all my
Halverson,
chips in the middle.
let's trade them all at the deadline, guys.
Oh yeah, and Halverson got knocked down with an injury. He got put on the injured list.
Yeah, I hope we shut him down for the year. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be
Yeah.
longer than a couple weeks, but I hope we just take our precautions and see you next year, Seth.
You have nothing to lose sitting Seth Halverson. You don't want to risk injuring him.
It would have been really bad if we didn't trade Seth Halverson and then he gets like Tommy John his next appearance. Like that would have been Twitter would have been wild if that happened.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like we're holding out because we think this guy's value will go up next year, and then first game after that, value gets cut in half instantly.
I mean, he still has 4 or 5 more years left to control.
Oh, he's got a ton. Yeah, we have ton of control. But like the more we work into the control, the less value he has. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, we're hoping for the best for the friend of the pod with Seth Halverson, and
yes,
hopefully
the fridge.
We'll see him.
The fridge, you know that? It's his nickname.
I do not know that. Did you
what
make
the bullpen calls him?
Okay, the Arm Barn, and then up at AAA still, Bryson Van Sickle, left-handed pitcher, and Nolan Clifford got assigned to AAA. They were in Fresno, and this is pretty much like a fill-in spot. Like as guys are transitioning, as these call-ups are happening, you call guys up from the lower levels just to play. And Nolan
the Trevor
Clifford,
Boones of the world, you know, the AJ Lewis's, yeah.
What's interesting, Nolan Clifford last year, he made his professional debut in AAA.
In AAA. That was awesome.
Yeah, and he had like a go-ahead RBI or something. So he's no stranger to Albuquerque.
We see that a lot with 15th round. You get that super senior position player that you can kind of, probably won't make the MLB, but you can throw him in AA, AAA just to fill out that roster.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks for them because they don't really get a normal path. Like Ethan Holliday is going to go, single A, high A, AA, AAA, MLB. And most people will follow that path, but these guys, they're going to bounce around up. Like they'll go down too. Like this, like Trevor Boone has been up and down this org every year. Although he's stayed consistently in Albuquerque this year, so I'll give him that. But last year, I think he played at every single level but Fresno. So
yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy for them. So you just got to give kudos to those grinders at the minor league level.
Chase Dollander. I know this is weird that we're kind of a little late on this touch up here, but gets the call up back to the MLB. Kind of struggled a little bit in AAA. I think it's fun to see. We've seen so much bad starting pitching that I don't mind having Dollander go out there and shove. And even if it's 6 ERA, he's gonna learn. He's gonna get better. The talent is off the charts. He's no longer technically a prospect, so it's fun to see him play next year. Do you think he's the opening day starter next year? That might be like a dumb question because it's probably Freeland, but Freeland has a 5.5 right now, so it's like I don't think we should be that loyal to Freeland. He's no.
Right. I think unless we sign a really good starting pitcher, I think Chase Dollander is the best pitcher in the system, best starting pitcher in the system. And whoever the opening day manager is, if it's Warren Schaefer or if it's somebody new, they're going to see that Chase Dollander is the best starting pitcher, and they're going to start him opening day unless something else happens, injuries, blah, blah, blah. But he's the best pitcher, and he should be.
All right, when Austin Gomber gets the ball, can't wait to see it. All right, so let's go down to – you want to go to the pipeline and just kind of rattle off, see what we see, and talk about the new rankings?
Yeah, and then we'll go back to the rest of the transactions.
We'll go right Yeah. We'll go back.
Okay, perfect.
We'll end the show on those. Ethan Holliday, no shock to it, is the number one prospect from this draft, according to MLB Pipeline. Same thing, Baseball America said the same thing coming into the draft. They were his top prospect. Second year in a row, we've kind of gotten the consensus top prospect in the draft. Last year, Condon, we've seen him struggle a lot. He's in Double-A. I'll go see him in a couple of days. I'll make sure everything's all good with his swing. But this is huge for us. The number 17th ranked prospect in baseball, Ethan Holliday. Is that too high or too low, Isaac, or is it just right?
I mean, I don't think it can get any higher, but there's no prospect in the organization that should be number one. No other prospect other than Ethan Holliday. So I'd say just right. He's phenomenal. Watching his swings today just made me excited. Just the power it brings. Like with Charlie Condon's struggles both last season and earlier this year, we saw, or I saw, my amateur scouting mind, but it just, there wasn't like confidence in this swing. Like there wasn't the oomph that we saw in college. Whereas every video we saw of Ethan Holliday in high school at any showcase, just that strong swing confidence. We saw that today in the Fresno game, and I'm just hyped up about this. And he had a solid night too. What was it? 2 for 3, 2 for 4 at the plate.
Yeah, he's great.
He's talented. That's
I think it was
absolutely.
2 for the double, and I mean, I'm already. It's weird because I didn't think he'd get the call up to Fresno this quickly. I thought we'd wait until the beginning of next year and we'd see that. I think I jokingly said who makes their first start, Ethan Holliday or Ethan Holliday in Fresno or Tyler Bremner in the MLB. Looks like I wasn't even close. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I remember last year, Condon, I was really excited to see him play, and he struggled immensely in Spokane. So hopefully it's not like that. I know he had the wrist thing in Spokane last year that was really hindering his ability, especially to get power on the ball. Condon's a guy, I guess we'll go into the second ranked prospect, 60th ranked prospect in baseball. I think if there's a prospect that I think could elevate to top 10 status next season, I think it's Condon. I think he has all the tools. It's just a pure hitter, and that's kind of what the Rockies need. We need that guy. It sounds crazy to say this, but I feel like every team would say this. We need just a pure hitter, a raw hitter. We have a lot of guys that can play defense. We have the Tovar and Doyles of the world. We need someone who can just sit in a corner and play defense. Or play and just I don't care about Toglia's first base defense. I want someone that can slug.
That's why Ethan Holliday is the number one prospect on Pipeline.
No, I was talking about Condon.
I know. I don't know. I just got weirded out by your transition there.
Transition was
No,
number 2, the 60th ranked prospect in baseball is Charlie Condon.
Okay, then number 6, Pipeline, a new JB Middleton, the Rocky second round pick, starting pitcher out of, where was it? Was it Texas A&M? Where did he?
Southern Miss.
Southern Mississippi. That's why I
Southern
didn't
Miss.
remember. But yeah, he's Pipeline's number 6 prospect. He has 3 solid pitches. He's all around very solid pitcher. He's a guy to be excited about just because of the solidity he has. He's not going to be somebody that's going to like blow you away. He's not going to be someone as electric as Brody Brecht or Chase Dollander, but he's
I was
somebody
going to say, if you
who
combine
gives
those two, you're the greatest player of all time.
that bingo.
If you combine Brody Brecht and Jamie Middleton, you have like a really,
Paul
really
Skeens.
good prospect.
You'd have Paul Bubba Chandler, but yeah, very solid. He could be somebody who just flies through the system. I'm not going to be surprised if we see a call up next season even. Like any piece of improvement, and like what I'm getting at is his command is solid, his pitches are solid. If he can get that solidness to good, I think he's an MLB pitcher out of the gate. That's Isaac Stevens' scouting report on JB Middleton.
Jamie Middleton, yeah. A fun name. I'll throw that out there.
That's
I
why
don't
he's
know. It's just like you kind of said it yourself. He's just a solid pitcher. Like Brody Brecht, we can talk about the flashiness of it. Like Middleton's a guy that I think will become a starting pitcher. I don't think he's going to become like a 1 through 3. He's probably more of a back end guy, but I feel really confident in that outcome though.
yeah, and
Or
it's
well,
like a
back end guy for most teams. That would be our opening day starter. So
yeah, it's a low risk, high floor pitcher, and I think a team who struggled with getting these pitchers to do well in Colorado, I think that's a pretty safe bet and a good option to go for the Rockies, especially when you have somebody like him available in the second round, where you see a lot of these pretty projectable MLB pitchers go in the first round. So I think it's a good pickup for Colorado. But
yeah,
number
I
set,
I always joke real quick. I always joke about we're off today. I joke about with Tyler, especially with Tyler all the time. Like we talk about these guys, like, oh, this guy's a 4 or 5 starter. For the Rockies, that's a very good starter. That's a 1, 2, or 3 guy for us because of how little depth we have in that position. I don't think we have a single starter above 100 OPS plus this year. And so if he goes out there and is league average, that's an opening day starter for us, or at least up there.
it's up there, and that's what the Rockies need. ERA plus, by the way.
ERA plus. Maybe he can get it with the bat.
Speaking of the bat, Max Bellio. How do you say his name?
Value?
Bellio.
Definitely not
Yeah.
what you said. I know it's not that.
Yeah. What's your scouting report on Max Bellio?
Yeah, Jared Thomas. Right? That's it.
Yeah, they were teammates at Texas.
They're teammates. They're like the same height and weight.
They were the best
I do
prep
the same thing.
players in Texas. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. He got
I
assigned.
guess Bellew's a little bigger, might have some more power in there, but I think Thomas is more of an all-around prospect. Bellew might be, like I said, more of a power guy. But I mean, still apples to oranges here. They are both of those guys have every tool in their arsenal, and like they don't have a single part of the game where I'm like, oh, that's not going to translate to the MLB. At worst, these guys are like 50 grade players or 45 grade players, and like we just said, those are great players to have. When I mean, we are on pace to lose 140 games or 120 games,
Right.
so we need these MLB average players, which is what those two kind of pair to be like.
Yeah, I agree. And like you said, just the power input that he has is really exciting because Jared Thomas and him, they have similar hit tools. Jared Thomas is more of a line drive hitter. Bellew's going to be somebody who's going to elevate the ball more.
It is crazy that we have both Jared Thomas and Max Bellew. Like they are
Yeah,
like I'm looking at Pipeline's report. In Max Bellew's report, the third and fourth word is Jared Thomas.
yeah, it's crazy. They've been paired together for years.
Yeah, they give the same thing with Baseball America. It's the same exact thing.
Right.
So, you know,
I do know.
we're not really. We should probably be diversing our portfolio in certain prospects, but
Okay. Where does that take us now?
I think Ethan Hedges, or do you want to go Griffin Herring? I know you wrote a little bit about Griffin Herring.
Yeah, that's
Trade. Yeah.
the two prospects we got in the Ryan McMahon trade. We got Griffin Herring and Rock Riggio. I want to give some more credit to Prospect Savant for a second because they were able to give like a deep dive into Herring's pitch metrics. And what's really interesting to me is that none of them are great, really. Like his sinker is his best pitch and it's thrown at 90 miles per hour. And like you see somebody like Griffin Herring who has the second best ERA in minor league baseball. How is this guy doing so good? How's his ERA good? Why would the Rockies trade for someone who can't throw a baseball hard in 2025? But he might have the most deceptive delivery in minor league baseball. Like if you watch him, you probably won't be able to pinpoint it. I've watched a lot of film on him and I can't get what it is that's so deceptive. And I'm not the only person. No minor league player has been able to pick up on it. Teams haven't been able to pick up on it. And like the idea that this deception can continue to the major leagues is awesome. Is really fun. Sorry if you saw my cat there. He walked in front of the camera. But yeah, the deception is gonna bring him to the MLB someday, and the hope is that he's gonna add another like tick or two on his fastball. If he throws 93 to 94 miles per hour, he could be a league average pitcher. And in Colorado, that's a really good pitcher, right? And the other prospect the Rockies got is Rock Riggio, and that's somebody you like a lot, Lewis, right?
It's your boy too. You said he should be a top
Yeah.
5 prospect in our system, and non-baseball wise, personality wise, this guy seems like just a joy to be around. Like he's just screaming in the clubhouse,
Dog.
and he sounds like he's such a vibrant, brings a good vibe, good vibrant energy to the team. Which I feel like in the minor leagues, you're playing 6 days a week. I feel like it could get really dull, and a guy like that is probably awesome to have around. But you have him ranked 5th, so I'm gonna let you take the stage here. You think he's one of the best prospects in our system?
Yeah, he's gotten a lot of comparisons to Rougned Odor. Like a lot of scouts think that's who he's going to be as a big leaguer. They don't think that's a ceiling. They think that's what he will be. And that's somebody that we're gladly going to take. And
Yes.
I'm going to gravitate towards that major league level bat pretty highly. But on top of that, his discipline at the plate is something that the Rockies haven't been able to get with their minor leaguers. They have a lot of guys who make a lot of poor swing decisions, and that's pretty evident with the current Rockies roster. I saw a tweet, I can't think of who it was, but they were talking about the Rockies just poor swing decisions. They swing at pitchers' pitches all the time, and that's why you have a team full of major leaguers who just have been the worst productive team, offensive productive team in baseball. Whereas Rock Riggio gives us some kind of stability. He's gonna walk 7 to 8, 9% of the time. He's gonna walk a lot. And like when we're looking what damage he can do with his bat, he's not gonna have that Yanquiel Fernandez big time power, but he swings the bat really hard. He gets a lot of input with his 5'8" frame or 5'9". He's 5'9". Stand corrected, but
Buffalo 9 King.
yeah, but he's just so solid. I think of him as an Adael Amador that has present power. The same swing decisions as Adael Amador, but he can drive the ball and hit the ball hard. And that is so exciting to me. And Pipeline has him ranked number 13. I think he shouldn't even be close to the teens.
Yeah, I think he was ranked 7th, like before they did the re-ranking, when they just put him into our system to begin with. 10, ranked 10.
10. They had him as 10.
I think he was
Yeah.
7 in the Yankees system, right? Or 11?
I don't think so. I think he moved up when he got traded to the Rockies. So maybe like 11 or 12.
Brutal.
It is brutal.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah, that means the system sucks, right? Like I remember those trades, and I was like, man, I didn't think the Yankee system was all that. And then they're putting their prospects are going a lot lower, or a lot higher on our list than their list. Ben Shields, right? Another guy that we get. Was that Ben Shields was in the McMahon trade, right?
No, that was the Jake Bird trade.
Okay.
But Ben Shields, he went undrafted just 2 years ago, and he was throwing 90 miles per hour. Then no teams didn't even want to draft him. They didn't think he was good. But all of a sudden, he started throwing 4 or 5 miles per hour harder, and just this high lefty slot, just dominant, good 2-pitch mix. He will be somebody who's going to slot in as a middle relief pitcher sooner than a lot of people anticipate. Like when we look back at Ben Shields a year from today, I wouldn't be surprised if he was on the 40-man roster, yet alone the MLB team. Really solid guy. And yeah, did we touch
I
on
just want to
the?
throw his name out there. Not in the top 30. I think he was. Then they reshuffled the deck.
Yeah.
Let's go down to Ethan Hedges, USC product. Kind of did a little bit of everything in college. I think he was the 3rd or the comp pick in the late 70s. He comes in at number 20 for us in the pipeline ranking. A guy who's definitely going to be a defense over that guy. especially with the versatility he can bring. I think he was a two-way player too in at
Yeah,
USC.
he
A
was their
fun
best
player.
hitter and their closer.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome guy to draft, right? But in terms of he did get that call up to Spokane to see how he did today. He did went over 3, so hey, but with a walk.
Any
What are your thoughts on
funsies?
Ethan Hedges?
Uh, Ethan Hedges, like MLB Pipeline says, he does nothing like great, but he's just all around solid. And I think defensively, he's good. He's good defensively. He has a good arm. He has good reactions. I like his defense there. I think he'll stick at third base, but he doesn't have much present power. And that is what I'm pretty concerned about. Like he'll hit the ball hard. He has a good stature. He's a strong person, but there's not much game power to his playing. And when you want to be a major league third baseman,
You know what this
you look.
reminds me of?
What does it remind you of?
I'm gonna just interrupt you here. Cole
Okay.
Carrigg, we said the same thing about him. Plays multiple positions. I remember in college he wasn't a power guy in college, but and he still
No,
like isn't a
no.
power guy. But he's grown that power significantly more than what they thought he would progress to or project into.
Yeah.
I almost think they might see a lot of Cole Carrigg in Ethan Hedges games, the versatility, and then maybe they see something in the power they can develop.
You heard it here first. Ethan Hedges is the next Cole
I
Carrigg.
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, but I a little could be the Cole Carrigg journey.
Yeah, Cole Carrigg flew to the Rockies #3 overall prospect according to Pipeline this year. But yeah, Hedges, if he can establish that power more, his hit tool is good. If he gets that game power, he could be a top 15 Rockies prospect with no question behind it. And the Rockies were really confident in the fact, well, like they are having games right now in Arizona. Like the complex league is over, but they're still playing games. You're facing the top draftees from this year. You're facing rehabbing minor leaguers, and you're facing ACL pitchers. And they were really impressed with Hedges's Ethan Hedges' performance, and they confidently put him on that high A Spokane roster. So I think he's gonna do good these last 20 so games. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I agree. We'll see. Spokane's a tough place to hit, so we're definitely gonna find out if he's made for the level or not. I think a lot of these guys we saw it with Condon last year. They come in, we have these overarching expectations, and those are gonna be tough to reach. But another guy that I really like did not get added to a roster, still in the ACL, the Bridge League, so he's still playing. But it's gonna be Riley Kelly from UC Irvine, if I'm not wrong, or one of
Sounds
those
right.
California schools. Didn't get that opportunity to go and pitch, but I wonder if it's coming soon. He's another 3-pitch mix guy, which I think is interesting. Last 3 pitches we talked about were 3-pitch mixes, and I almost wonder. I know we see a lot them develop stuff like a cutter, so I almost wonder if we can see stuff like that happening. But what are your thoughts on Riley Kelly? Do we see the Fresno call up here, and is it as a starter or do we go like reliever? Probably starter.
It's really tough to say with pitchers because, especially with starting pitchers, whenever they have the transition from the draft, well, from college to draft to professional baseball, a lot of teams just let them rest
Yeah,
until the off season. And I don't have any insight on Riley Kelly's playing if he's going to call up or not, but what he does have to offer is a low 90s fastball that can, I think gets up to 96 miles per hour, so it has some life to it. But he's somebody who spins the ball really well. Like the two names I think of is Isaiah Coupe and Jackson Cox. Like they both spin the ball well, but what Riley Kelly does better, he has more life on his fastball, and that's what those last two guys lack essentially. So the idea is, or what's his third pitch? Is it a changeup? This is something I should know, but curveball, fastball, and curveball combination, really good, really exciting. I think he's still some adjustments away. He's waiting on like a third or fourth true pitch, get that better outcomes, get more chase, make his curveball a true strikeout pitch in minor league baseball. I think he's still a bit away, but the Rockies know how to work magic, especially in the off season, and we could
Yeah.
see a year-to-year
Pitching
change.
factory, am I right?
It's not bad. It's not bad. We know how to make minor leaguers good. I don't know about major leaguers though.
And I think there's a slider that is ready to fit into that arsenal. And I think once he gets that, maybe like a cutter, we can be up with the times and be like the cool kids to get a cutter in there. Like I said, that fourth pitch will be massive for him. But like you said, spins the ball, RPMs will be off the chart, and then
Yeah.
that's all of life. So it's a really good base to build off of if you're looking at developing a pitcher. I think he's going to start next year. And like you said, these pitchers almost never come in and pitch, or if they do, it's going to be like back end relief guys that are drafted late that come in for depth. So, yeah, I mean, I agree with what you said there. Josh Gross, another trade deadline get from the Yankees. I think this one was the McMahon trade, right?
Yes. No.
Okay.
Yes. No. Nope.
I think it was.
No, it was the Jake Bird trade.
No, it wasn't.
Well, was it not?
I don't think it was. I remember doing this when I worked, this graphic. And that was when the McMahon trade happened.
Okay. No, it was Josh. Yeah, it was. You're right. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah, we should have just done that trade, like all trades at the same time.
Yeah, it made it easier. He came from
It's
the
gonna
Yankees.
get really confusing in the future.
Yeah.
What trade was that guy part of?
But yeah, Josh Gross is another fun profile. I like to think of him as a pitcher. He does everything right as a pitcher. Another one of those solid guys. He has a really exciting repertoire as a pitcher. He has 3 just solid pitches, and I'm saying solid a lot because nothing is truly stand out.
Tough to please,
But
Isaac.
yeah, like just solid average is what we're looking for. But this average, it's boring. It's not something to be excited for, but it works, and it's gonna make these guys good pitchers. So like Josh Gross, another reason, slotted at 24 by pipeline, somebody who could climb quick in the Rocky system. I compare him to Ryan Feltner. Like Ryan Feltner, he wasn't thought of as a major league starter the year he made his debut, but like the Rockies were quick to make these adjustments because he already had the tools to push him in the right direction, and that's something I can see totally happen to Josh Gross.
Gotcha. And let's go to the last one, Tanner Thatch, one of my favorite prospects already. This guy hits bombs. That's really all you have to know. Did have the golden sombrero today in his first game, but you know what? We'll start from the bottom, and then when he's an MLB All-Star, we'll be there. He hits bombs, and my favorite type of player, maybe I'm a child when it comes to this, but I just love home runs, and guys who hit home runs, I'll love them forever. Tanner Thatch is one of those guys. First baseman, a true first baseman. He's going to slug a lot in Fresno. I'm excited for him to hit just a bunch of doubles, triples, a couple home runs, and the end of this year, and we'll see if he can get back to that 2023 or 2024 power he had this season in college. Kind of didn't really show the power that he had the year prior, which it looked like he was one of the highest slugging players in the nation. But we know it's still in there. I think it's like a 60 power grade, if I'm not wrong. So probably one of the highest in the system.
Pipeline has it at 55.
Ooh, they don't know ball.
A fun tidbit about Tanner Thatch is that he has a 20 grade speed run tool. And it's the lowest you can get is 20. So Tanner Thatch is not a fast player. Yep.
I'm gonna look up real quick how many stolen bases he's had.
Over under 2.5. I'm taking over.
Over.
But yeah,
10, boy. 10.
What?
Bump it up to 30.
He's not gonna have 10 for the rest of his professional career, Lewis. Okay.
He had 10 in 167 games or 76 games.
Okay, yeah. And that's it for Pipeline's top 30 prospects. All the new cats. If you want to check out everybody else, all the new rankings,
basically
go to MLB
like
Pipeline.
Ricky Henderson out there.
He's Ricky Henderson, yeah. Look for number 30 Tanner Thatch on Pipeline's new
This is the lowest you're gonna see him. So take a photo.
Take a photo, Lewis says.
Take a photo.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see him at 30 for long until we do the next. Probably because the next one's coming in a couple months.
But if I'm not mistaken, Lewis, we only have 3 more guys to talk about today.
Yeah, it's you hate to see him. You hate to see the podcast leave you, but we do only have 3 more guys to yap about. Do you want to go on?
You know what? I'm gonna start at the bottom and we're gonna work up. Okay. So Jesus Freitas, Venezuelan catcher. He's been in the ACL all season long. Got assigned to Single A Fresno. He had a 3.22 average this year. Just somebody who has an active bat, puts bat to ball. There's not really any power there right now, and that's something that we see a lot with these 18, 19-year-olds. So Freitas is, again, somebody we're going to see in Fresno a lot next year, but he's getting his foot set into the dirt now. And then the next guy, it's
Jimmy Obertop is the next guy.
Yeah.
Fresno guy, catcher, did a lot of great things in Fresno. Didn't have a big sample size, but in his short sample size, it was really good stuff. Gets the call up to high A Spokane. We're seeing a lot of guys get that call up to high A Spokane. We're seeing, we saw like 2 today with the Bellevue Hedges, and it's really fun. The high A Spokane roster has a lot of fun names. I know you're a big Andy Perez guy, so just a lot of fun guys all around, and they might not. A lot of guys I think are hit over power, but still a lot of guys that can get you some good performances out there.
100%. Yeah, Obertop had a 301 average, 396 on base, had 2 home runs for Fresno. Just again, good results. We got him as an undrafted free agent this last offseason. So, like one of these guys you said earlier, we got him for free, and we're getting really good results. And it's rare for the Rockies to get undrafted free agent position players do well.
Did you see the Rays gave out a $500 bonus to a player?
Dude, I did see that. What the heck?
PS5. Yeah. Why they did that?
We should find a way to get him on the pod, Lewis.
The guy that got $500.
That guy that got $500. Yeah.
Do you think it's taxed too? Like it's got to be taxed it's a signing bonus, right? Like
probably 33% of it was.
Yeah, he probably got $300 out of getting drafted in the top 10 rounds.
Did he sign?
I'm gonna look it up.
No shot.
You do the last one. I'll look this up.
Okay, and then the last one is Davison Palermo, which he got assigned to Double-A Hartford, and I think it was around 50 innings pitched in high A this season. He had a almost sub-3 ERA at 3.06. Somebody who's he was a lower draft pick in, I think, 2022, maybe 2023. Somebody who we've seen just stay consistent in the lower half of the minors. So as he's getting to the top levels in Double-A, Triple-A soon, we're really getting to know who he is. We're getting to know how solid this guy, again, like the solid word is what I'm going to keep preaching on. Solidity is what we need in the Rockies system, and Davison Palermo is that pretty much. When we first signed him or drafted him, I thought his name was Palmero.
Dude, I thought it was Palmero up until last week. I did the graphic.
Last week, it's a really interesting name, but Palermo. I don't even know how to say his name, but I think he might be up there for one of the best names.
Palmero?
Other than BM Benito Brito.
I've said his name wrong. I've been saying Palmero. When I was trying to find a photo of him, I kept being like, does this guy not have an Instagram? Like, I think he does. I kept typing in Palmero. Instead of Palermo.
We live the same life, Lewis.
Sad boys over here. All right.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Me and Isaac had this like 3 a.m. text chain about Everett Catlett. And after we were talking about it, I was like, what am I doing in life? I'm losing sleep over Everett Catlett. Great player, don't get me wrong, but By the way, that guy did sign for $500.
Oh my gosh, what's his
So,
name?
Trendon Parrish from Texas
Maybe
Tech.
we'll see Trendon Parrish from Texas Tech on Blake Street Banter next week.
And his stats are one of $500. That's probably what $500 would get you. Don't want to be rude to him. Doesn't strike out. Oh, he strikes out actually like 8 per 9. Walks 4. Allows 10 per 9. Hits. ERA sitting at 6.
Lewis, what was your ERA in college?
No, I suck.
Yeah.
Baby. 0. 0, baby.
0. You have a higher WAR than Michael Toglia does at the MLB level.
Is Michael Tolia's career WAR higher, right?
It's what?
What is his career WAR? It's got to be positive, right, from last year.
If you are familiar with Road to Blake Street ever since Lewis and I take over, this is we get distracted rather easily. We're sorry about this. But Michael Toglia, his baseball reference career WAR is -0.8.
Yeah, it's brutal.
This season it's at -1.
I'm almost a full win better than. I'm a win and a half this season better than Michael Toglia.
Guess what his outs above average is at this base?
Just tell me.
-10.
Oh, I was gonna say -15. So.
Oh,
I'm glad I didn't.
You probably feel better about that then, right?
Yeah, I feel a lot better. That's not. Although defense is his calling card, so.
That's right. Do you have any last words for the people, Lewis?
Yeah. Andy Perez, top 30 prospect in the Rocky system.
There you go.
Isaac didn't have him in the top 58. So.
I know.
It's okay.
Lewis thought BM Benito Brito was the Rockies' number 8 prospect, so.
Did I really?
Yeah, BM Benito Brito. Okay. I don't know if no, you didn't, Lewis.
17.
Like I'm not talking about Roldy Brito.
Oh. No, I didn't have
BM Benito.
Oh, no.
You don't know BM Benito Brito?
No, I do know. I don't think I was here for that, though.
BM Benito Brito. Okay.
In something burrito.
Oh,
Hey,
scary.
I will say one thing. I know they're not getting much love, these DSL cats. We have a really good crop of DSL guys coming up here soon. Like, even from like the ACL too. Burrito is phenomenal. I like Derek Bernard. You're a big De La Cruz guy. Casilla's great. Sandy's fun. Even the pitching side, Jimenez. A lot of DSL guys. And those guys tend to be on the lower side of the rankings. Pipeline doesn't really adjust those quickly. Like Fernando Tatis wasn't ranked when he was in the DSL. So, Christian Arguelles, helium prospect. He is so good. If there's one thing that I think the biggest thing is these DSL cats could really turn this rebuild very quickly because they are really good.
Lewis,
Christian Arguelles is like one of the best players in DSL history, if I'm not wrong.
He's on pace to have the highest WRC plus in minor league baseball history, dating back to 2009.
Wow.
So
basically
Lewis,
forever.
Have you looked up Roberto Salas's page?
Is that another Salas? Is that related?
No, he's not related. This one is Mexican. But Roberto Salas is putting up a Christian Arguelles season, but on the pitching side. When Lewis pulls it up, he's going to read you off the stats, but it's some crazy stuff that he's doing this season.
Wow, man. Well, he played in Mexico. The age difference was -14.
Yeah.
He's 17 years old, pitched 36 innings, so it's a good sample size. Allowed 1 home run in that time. 1 earned run in that time. 1 home run allowed in 132 batters faced is phenomenal. He's striking out 41 in 36 innings. That's good for 10 per 9. Isaac, this guy is incredible.
How many walks does he have this year?
3.
He's walked 3 guys this year.
He's had 2 hit by pitches and 3 walks.
He's insane. We're having the best pitching, one of the best pitching performances in DSL history, and one of the best offensive seasons in DSL history in the Rockies organization in 2025. And it's not being talked about enough. I agree.
No, I'm glad that we're covering this. This is insane.
If you
Real
follow
quick, I do want to see the leaders.
If you follow Blake Street Banter on Twitter, I made a post about him maybe a week or 2 ago, and it only had like 3 likes, and I was expecting it to blow up a little bit, but yeah, Roberto Salas is doing amazing.
What was Christian Argue? What was his batting average?
I think it's like 440 right now.
427.
Is it 427?
It's good for 60th in Baseball Reference's whole database, which includes like NAIA. Like,
oh, and college?
Yeah.
That's insane.
I mean, he's on year 3. I will say he is year 3 of DSL. Year 2. My bad. The way it's broken up. Year 2.
He's only 18 still. He's not an old DSL player either.
He's not really striking out. Yeah, no, there's a really good crop of guys coming up. Next season, we're going to see these guys in the ACL. We do something well. The international scouting scene, I say it a lot. We don't scout college well. We don't develop college well, but we develop these international guys. That's why our AA team is always one of the youngest every single year. Bingo. If you compare it to, like, I remember we played Detroit, and they had 1 guy under the age of 25 on their AA roster. We had 7 in the lineup, and it was just like, but we do well, man.
Crazy. Yeah. If you want to be the first people to hear about these international guys, keep following Blake Street Banter. We cover it better than anybody else on the system. Check out our articles. We're putting out good stuff. Our Twitter is the best we're doing. Shout out Eli. He's pulling some clips from the games. He is killing the social media aspect right now. Blake Street Banter is on the continual rise, as always.
We're like the Christian Argueless of podcasts.
I'm Christian Arguellas. Lewis is Roberto Salas.
I'm the Roberto Salas to your Christian Arguellas. And today it's been a great pod.
And we're the Bench Bros.
Woo!
Woo!
Hold up.
Woo! Woo!